Hi guys, I have our next art assignment is based off of Charles Henry Turner, who was the first Black entomologist. That means he studied bugs. He especially studied the bumblebee. The bumblebee, he was found that they were attracted to certain flowers based off of color and the pattern of the flowers. So when the bees go to collect pollen from the flowers, the pollen is what they use to make honey, they would know which flowers they could get pollen from, and they would associate the color and the pattern to the pollen, so they know what flowers to go to. For this assignment, you need your piece of paper, a pencil, but remember, I'm using a marker. I don't know if you can tell the pencil lines on this. I already drew the pencil lines and I'm going to trace over with my marker. And I'm going to color with markers and crayons, but you can use whatever you have and want to use. So let's get started by drawing our bumblebee. I started my bumblebee with this kind of curved shape. Like it's kind of like an oval, but it's kind of boxy towards up here. This is the body of our bumblebee. And then I did kind of a circle on top of that shape. And finally, one more circle, kind of looks like an ice cream cone at this point. You know, kind of like a triangle, your ice cream. Yeah. And then two tiny circles for the eyes. Then I went on to the wings. The wings are similar to this first shape that we did because it's kind of like a triangle, but kind of not. I did one of those on each side, but my bumblebee is kind of big and goes off the paper over here, which is okay. Then I had a second wing on each side. And it doesn't have to look exactly like mine. I'm just showing you how I draw a bumblebee. And he has 3 legs on each side. So 6 legs total. So I did it as 2 parts. Kind of drew one rectangle and then another rectangle for the arms, legs. I guess they don't really have arms. Did one on the other side with the 2 rectangles, not triangles. And then 2 legs on each side on the back. And it's the same thing with the 2 little rectangles. Then just little details on your bumblebee, like stripes on the body. I did little like polka dot line things on this part because they're kind of hairy. And some antennas. I also, if you look at mine here, I gave a pattern in the wings to make it look more like a wing. So I just did like, kind of make it look like, kind of looks like bricks to me for like a house. So kind of just rectangles. And then you do a second row of rectangles. It's just a wing pattern. This is does not have to be perfect. Just makes the wings look a little more like a bumblebee wing, makes it look a little more interesting. Then I'm going to do that to every other wing. And your pattern can look different, does not have to be like this. It could I don't know, circles? Could be more like triangles. It's up to you. Okay, so my bumblebee is all done. So I did on this one, I only did honeycombs. So honeycombs are 6-sided, it's a hexagon, and I think of it kind of like a house and then a V. So I only did honeycombs on this one, but this one I'm gonna put some flowers on it too. So if you want just flowers, it can be just flowers. If you want just honeycomb, it can be just honeycomb, however you want. So I always start with my hexagon in the middle. So I kind of make it look like a house first. Then it has a V at the bottom for 6 sides. Then once you have this, you can do your honeycomb off of that. So I'm going to start with the V on top, line down, and then I already have the line down on that side, V. And then we already have the V on the top, 2 lines down, and then if it didn't go off the page, it would have another V. And finish the V off, line down. So you just want to use the honeycomb that you already have to make the rest of your honeycomb. And there's my honeycomb. And then I'm just going to draw a little flower over here. I always start with that middle part. And however big, my cat, he's sitting in the chair next to me. And I just do all the curves. To give it all the petals. And it needs one more flower. Let's do a little one up here. So circle, and I'm gonna give it bigger petals. Okay, so then I'm ready to color this. I'm gonna use markers and crayons, but it's up to you what you wanna use. So make sure that you upload a picture to Google Classroom or show me on when you have your art time, or you can email it to me. So I'm looking forward to seeing all your art, and I hope you enjoy.